How far can obsession drive a person into darkness? On March 30th, 1981, John Hinckley Jr. unleashed a barrage of bullets outside the Washington Hilton Hotel, targeting President Ronald Reagan. The president was struck, a bullet lodging in his chest, while 3 others sustained injuries. This violent act was not just a moment of chaos, but the beginning of a saga that would challenge the U.S. legal system. But what could possibly motivate such a drastic action? John Hinckley Jr.'s obsession with actress Jodie Foster, sparked by the film Taxi Driver, drove him to extremes. In his twisted logic, mirroring the film's presidential assassination plot seemed the only way to capture Foster's attention. Hinckley's bizarre motive reveals the dangerous intersection of mental illness and obsession. In May 1982, the courtroom became the stage for a contentious battle over sanity and justice. The defense painted John Hinckley Jr. as a man ensnared by psychosis, unable to discern right from wrong. They brought forward psychiatrists who testified to his mental disorders. In contrast, the prosecution argued that Hinckley's detailed planning of the assassination attempt showed a clear understanding of his actions. The courtroom was rife with debates on the nature of insanity, heavily relying on psychiatric evaluations and expert testimonies. The stage was set for a verdict that would leave the nation in disbelief. On June 21, 1982, the jury's verdict resonated through every corner of America. John Hinckley Jr. was found not guilty by reason of insanity, a decision that ignited widespread public fury. The shooting had left James Brady permanently disabled, intensifying the outrage. This contentious verdict prompted a critical reassessment of the insanity defense across the United States. The verdict not only freed Hinckley but also imprisoned the public's trust in the legal system. The outcry was not in vain, as it catalyzed significant legal reforms. In the wake of the trial, the Insanity Defense Reform Act of 1984 was passed, shifting the burden of proof to the defense. This law also introduced the guilty but mentally ill verdict and imposed new limits on expert testimony about mental health in courtrooms. These reforms reshaped how justice approaches mental illness and accountability. Decades later, the shadows of that day still linger. The Hinckley trial reshaped the American legal landscape, tightening the reins on the insanity defense. Public outcry morphed into legislative action, reflecting a shift in how justice is perceived and administered. Meanwhile, John Hinckley's gradual reintegration sparks a spectrum of reactions, from cautious acceptance to outright disdain. The Hinckley trial remains a pivotal moment in American history, reminding us of the complex dance between law, justice, and the human mind.